anything like that. Wide right.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go in the end zone. He's going to go in the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God. You believe in miracles? Yes.
Hit it, Roy.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program, where we talk the sports and other stuff, like cars. Yeah. Speaking of which, what did the Buick say to his former friend at the traffic light? You've changed. I'm Roy Harter, and here's your host, Mr. Eastside, David McDonald. Everybody, there he is.
Thank you, Roy. And you're back with no neck brace. It's a Roy Harter, a clean, totally healed Roy Harter. Look at this. He's got gold chains, and he is healthy. He is whole again. Ladies and gentlemen, Roy is back. And Roy being back means he's back on the intro, and he fucked it up.
Did I? What did I say?
You know, just the addition of one little word. You and Robert, you throw in your little words. What did the Buick say to his former friend, the traffic light?
Former
You
friend?
said to
What
his
did I
former friend at the traffic light.
Oh!
Now you're taking away the inanimate object which had come to life. They were special friends, the car and the traffic light. He's not saying it at the traffic light. He's saying it to his buddy, the traffic light. Buddy, my former friend, the traffic light, you've changed. But if you say it at the traffic light, that's a place. If you say it to the traffic light, that's a person. You fucked up my joke.
Thank you for clarifying that one, David. You know why? Because I was going to ask you, I don't get it. But now I get it.
It's not up to you. And Robert did it last week. He fucking added in like 6 words last week. And I remember, Robert. You added in too many words. And then I go, what the hell are these guys doing? They're reading comprehension skills. But it's wonderful to see you healthy. I'm very happy. Obviously, I'm not.
I passed it on to you, buddy. Yeah, I'm feeling great. I got the pins removed, and I almost got full mobility. But here's about as far as I could turn these days right now. But I'm working on it. Almost
so
there.
now that the neck brace is finally off, you've turned Greek? Because what's the deal with the gold chain and the shirt and the
Looks
hair?
like Roy McGregor.
Oh, I've always worn.
Expected him to sell fucking gyros on the streets of Queens.
I've always worn my shirt 2 buttons open, David. And I don't know if you noticed.
I've never seen this look, Robert. Have we ever seen him go full on Jimmy the Greek with the chains exposed and the fucking?
You don't
I
like
think
my.
we've seen the elements separately. This is the first time he's put it all together into the Jimmy the Greek one.
First time you're doing it all.
You like my German Eagle, buddy? Check it out.
I don't like any of it.
I
feel
even
like I'm in a fucking gay bathhouse now doing the goddamn sports show. But anyway, Roy Harter is back. He's healthy. He's looking great. Were you just playing the piano there?
Yeah, I got my rig back and everything.
Oh, shit, he got his rig back, Robert.
Yeah.
So you're going to be sending Robert your piano files.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
Oh, man. More work for Rob.
Listen, we got a lot to discuss here, friends. A lot. The NBA Finals is going on right now, and this Tyrese Halliburton is driving me insane. I hate this man. With every fiber in my being. The Oklahoma City Thunder completely outplayed the Indiana Pacers in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, and we get them whittling away in the fourth quarter, whittling away. This is fucking deja vu as a Knicks fan. It was the same game. The same game. Pacers on the road, down 15. The other team's completely dominating them. And then they just, little by little, fucking Siakam and the guy and the Miles Turner and this and that. And next thing you know, there's Halliburton, 17-footer with 0.3 seconds on the clock, and he hits the shot. I don't know how you let Tyrese Halliburton, by the way, get such an easy shot, an easy look.
It's like, remember when Steve Kerr hit the game winner for Michael Jordan because everybody was focused on Jordan? That's what should be happening in the finals. Like, you should not let the other team star get the ball and get a wide open jumper off to beat you. That should be the one thing you eliminate, and then you can work on everything.
Good. I mean, this is like, what are you guys doing? Like, how can you? Halliburton's just going to chuck some shot, and I don't care what anyone says. I don't care that he made the Knicks shot. It was a line drive. He's an ugly shooter. Put two guys, get some arms up. He's going to brick it. Yeah, he made the Knicks shot. If there's such a thing as a made brick, Tyrese Halliburton discovered that line drive that shot 8,000 feet in the air and then dropped down through the middle of the rim. That was not some beautiful Larry Bird-esque fucking shot right there. And he does it again. And now the Oklahoma City Thunder are trailing the Pacers 1-0. And by the way, the most non-watched finals since 1988. Who told you? Who told you?
I believe you did, David. That was one of your predictions.
With every single moron from Indiana, every dumb redneck saying, oh, the Knicks are getting the calls or this or that. The Knicks didn't get any calls. The Knicks haven't gotten any calls the entire postseason. The Knicks, if anything, have had calls against them. They had one call that went for them against the Detroit Pistons in the first round. Get over it. After that, the refs were on a mission to destroy the Knicks. And I said at some point, the NBA might actually want their biggest New York City market franchise to do well and maybe make a finals. And this is what happens. The refs came down on the Knicks all throughout that Pacers series. You can't tell me they didn't. And now they got two small market teams, Oklahoma City and Indiana. And yes, as I predicted right here, no one's going to watch this thing. Guess what? No one's watched this thing. Lowest rating since 1988. I mean, come on.
What was in 1988, David?
That would have been Lakers Pistons round one when the Lakers won. And then 89 was Lakers Pistons when the Pistons won. Pistons weren't yet getting the eyeballs like the 89 and 90 Pistons would be the bad boys. They would get the eyeballs. 88 Pistons, people kind of didn't like them. They were still, I don't like this Isaiah Thomas asshole, Bill Laimbeer. Yeah. So the ratings weren't going to be there.
What would you do if you were the NBA to try to get some better ratings? I mean, you can't change the teams in and out.
You need to figure out a lot of things in the NBA. Here's why the NBA right now isn't doing well, okay? The players are entitled. They're playing less. They take off games due to load management. The games are crazy expensive. So if you're a family of four, you're probably, spending almost $600 on an NBA game, okay? $150 a seat, yes.
Holy cow.
You plan this out months in advance. Okay, the family of four is going to go to the NBA game. We're going to go see the Lakers. And we're going to go see LeBron. And then you go there 2 months later, and it's, LeBron's out because fucking, load management. He needs the day off. Even though he's a professional basketball player and it's literally his job to get his ass on the court and fucking play, he needs the day off. So you have that. But then you have this spoiled me, now entitled attitude where these players think they're all gods. A lot of the players today, LeBron, Kevin Durant, are two major guys with this. Their ego's out of control. They think they're the two greatest basketball players of all time. They have absolutely no sense of history. So when people like Charles Barkley or Shaquille O'Neal criticize them, they're like, shut up. All you guys do is hate on the game. All you guys do is talk. So they become unlikable. And then finally, and it's the same thing with the WNBA, the social messaging people don't want to see anymore in sports, in Star Wars, in Marvel. And, look, it's freedom of speech. So if you're a rock and roll star, you can get out there on the microphone between songs and fucking, spout your shit. But really, people are going to the rock and roll show just for the rock and roll. People are yearning and pining for their distractions to be just that again. Distractions. We don't turn into the NBA to have whatever contemporary societal issue of the day is reinforced in our face. We don't turn to the NBA to be like, hey, you're racist. Stop it. Like, that's happening.
Yeah, I know, David. Yeah, I tell you what, if you clip what you just said, that little rant you went on, I guarantee you'll get 1 million views on that because you are not alone in that mindset.
People in general, and I believe it transcends political party. I'm not doing politics. I don't do it. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what your party is. I believe it's just we need a break. The fucking Romans figured this out millennia ago with bread and circus. You give the people something to eat and something to watch as a distraction, everyone's happy. Then the fucking million Romans aren't revolting at the goddamn temple or at my fucking palace. I'm Nero over here. And I don't want these goddamn Christians and these Romans setting shit on fire, dog. So what do? We give them bread. They're eating. We give them circus. They're seeing shit. There's a distraction.
And feed them to the lions, right, David?
But that is the point of sports. So anything that says like end racism in the end zone or the baseline, it's retarded. It's so stupid. We all know it's bad. Who are you preaching to? Anyone watching the NBA is more than likely not racist, just in case you know. There's a lot of different ethnicities. So to think that these things have not played a part in the NBA, it's the same thing that's going on in the WNBA. They're destroying their sport. And Kevin Durant and LeBron James are going to, pull the goddamn what's the phrase, Roy? They're going to pull the roof down as they leave. They'll pull the roof down on the temple or on the palace or something.
Yeah, or pull the rug out from under them, right?
Well, basically what I'm trying to say is these guys are, a year or two away from their retirement. They're going to make sure they sink the NBA to all-time lows, retire, make their $500 million, and get the hell out of there and basically kill a sport. I mean, I'm letting you know, basketball, it's come to a point where now, stop it. With all due respect, I know a lot of athletes. I know a lot of wrestlers. I know some actors. None of them are brain surgeons, just being honest.
I like the fact that
I've interviewed a lot.
I love the fact you left out musicians because some of them are brain surgeons.
I get along with musicians.
I know.
The others I don't get along with sometimes. Sometimes. I love athletes, but they're not the smartest people. We don't need our sports leagues fucking getting on a goddamn pedestal and telling us how to behave and sermonizing what we are doing. Like, what the fuck? I turned into the basketball game to watch the motherfucker do a 360 dunk. Stop it. I don't need to hear and by the way, were you racist today? Make sure that if you were, what? Can we do anything without having social issues and politics brought into focus? Can we watch a Star Wars? Can I watch a basketball game and not have all this bullshit thrown in at me? It's ridiculous. That's why baseball ratings are up, because they stopped doing this about 3 or 4 years ago. They said, okay, we're going to do it with everybody else in 2021. But you know what? We're good. We're good. You have every race imaginable playing baseball. It's like, stop bigotry. No one who's racist is watching baseball.
Yeah.
Asian guys, Latino guys, black guys, white guys. We don't need the messaging. It's, at certain point, does anyone understand that the beating the dead horse and constantly telling people they're wrong or they're bad or they're evil for stuff they've never done, that backfires when you are repetitive with your messaging and redundant. People not only start to tune it out, They start to get resentful of it.
That's right.
So a normal message that would otherwise be positive, okay, end racism, fine, okay, is now like, oh, fuck you, get it out of my fucking, in the end zone should just be the New York Football Giants or the fucking Eagles or the goddamn Rams or some stupid, head of an animal.
Yeah, I know.
Not some other message. So you want to know why the NBA ratings are in the tank? That's why.
Bring back the days.
Madonnas, and the league has gotten completely out of touch with their, we have to comment on it. No, you don't. You're sports.
Yeah.
It's not that deep. Fucking, it really isn't. And again, I'm all for for freedom of speech. But here's what you're going to do. You're going to keep telling people, how to act and how to behave as a basketball league and think that people aren't just going to tune out. That's what they've done. Lowest rating since 1988, NBA. You think you're going to fix something? The ratings have been on the decline every year for the last 3 years. Is the NBA going to just allow their league to fucking totally fail? Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. David, I was, as a former racist, I used to, when I started watching the NBA, I lost all my racism. But then lately, I've been watching it again, and I feel my racism coming back. So I agree with you 100%.
What you were saying is hysterical in that. Can you imagine if someone's like, yeah, man, I used to be in the Ku Klux Klan, and my name is Randy Bob Peterson, and I'm in the Klan chapter in Birmingham, Alabama, and I just, me, I hate them black people. I mean, I just really, really do, and the point about it is, I've never cared for them. I don't like them. However, the other day I was watching the basketball, okay, and I noticed in out of bounds, in one of the out of bounds areas on the basketball court, it said end racism. And I said, you know what? That's it. I'm done. I renounced the Klan, and I've been a good person ever since. Ever since. In fact, I'm married. I'm marrying Oprah Winfrey. In fact, I'm seeking her, compatibility. But I decided to end my racism because the basketball court told me. It's not even a person, because the floor. I decided to, I've decided to change who I am. Oh, why? Why? Have you found Jesus? Have you found the Lord? No, a basketball court told me to be a better person. Not even the commissioner, Adam Silver. The fucking floor. The floor is telling me I'm wrong, or telling me that I'm a bigot. When I've been watching fucking black guys. What is that? None of it makes sense.
Yeah, it's wild.
And they can't. They literally, if you watch Disney can't stop doing it. It's one of my favorite things on the planet. All they have to do is stop doing it.
Yeah, Disney's one of the worst. They're definitely a high contender in that.
But everyone is telling them. So many of their Star Wars shows have gotten terrible ratings. Their Marvel shows are getting terrible ratings. People are hating on everything they do. And they're like, duh. Why does everyone hate us? Well, it's because you won't stop telling people how to behave and with the message and the modern day issues. Who cares? A modern day issue. God, it makes me sick. Remember, remember in the late 80s, everyone was worried that the ozone layer, was going to fucking evaporate. And
yeah.
Can you imagine if you turned into the fucking NFL and be like, save the ozone layer? Like in 2025. You know how ridiculous that would seem?
Yeah, nuts. It's nuts, David. I remember those.
And it would have seemed crazy in 1988 if instead of, at the Super Bowl and you had the Cincinnati Bengals versus the 49ers, instead of where it was said the Niners, save the ozone or stop aerosol, end aerosol products.
Yeah. That believe it or not, that campaign ushered out an entire genre of hair metal music and brought in grunge. That was the reason. It was save the ozone, because all the hairspray and shit, people stopped using it, and they went grunge. That's the birth of Pearl Jam.
Is that
Look
true?
it up.
I knew I fucking hated the environmental officials. I fucking knew I had a reason in my heart. You're telling me they're responsible for Pearl Jam?
Hey,
Nirvana, the Foo Fighters. Fuck those people.
Roy's got cover bands for all those groups you mentioned.
I hope that little bitch gets blown up in Gaza because of it.
No, listen.
It does bring up a funny point, though, Dave, because if you look at the NBA as a whole, right, you've got a bunch of white people, rich white people, owning a team and then buying and trading black people. And then the message they choose to put on the court is, you guys stop being racist. It's like, wait a second.
Crazy. It's crazy.
I've seen this pattern before.
NBA needs to get a very, very large mirror and just stare at itself. Same thing with Disney. Same thing with a lot of these people. A lot of these companies right now. Your job is to distract us from the bullshit that is modern day society, because there's so much bullshit that everyone has to deal with. You can't get away from it. So we go to our Star Wars, our Marvel, and our sports for a nice little escape for 2 to 3 hours. Stop giving us the bullshit, because it is officially now tiresome. It's over. I don't need to be told how to behave by a fucking end zone or basketball court.
Remember when all of society was criticizing Charles Barkley for saying things like, I'm not a role model? And then now all of society's begging and just being like, please go back to just being an athlete. We don't need you to be a role model.
Yeah. No, they're not. They're not role models. So Halliburton, there you go. Great. Fucking great. Meanwhile, the Knicks fire Tom Thibodeau.
Whoa. That's a shocker, David.
That's a big-time surprise, Roy. 5 years with the Knicks, 4 playoff appearances. The first time the Knicks had even gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years. They hadn't even been to the Eastern Conference Finals since the year 2000. He got them there. Back-to-back 50-win seasons the last 2 years. Thibodeau did a very good job, but that game 1 choke job by the Knicks ended up losing them that series, and I think that game 1 choke job ended up costing Tom Thibodeau his job. And that's it. Thibodeau is out. And now we have a huge list of suspects of who's going to take over for Tom Thibodeau. Yay or nay, Roy?
Let's go.
Who's going to take over for Tom Thibodeau? Will it be Rick Pitino, Roy?
Nay.
Correct. Rick Pitino says, I have turned them down. I am too old.
Yep.
Next one, Jay Wright. Do you know who he is, Roy?
I sure do, buddy, and that's a nay.
You know who Jay Wright is?
Yeah. You don't have to question me on that kind of stuff. Not publicly, at least.
The fucking neck brace comes off and the goddamn fucking fangs come out.
Was I right, David? Yay or nay?
He's the coach of Villanova, who coached Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart. So they were thinking, get the college coach to coach him in the Knicks because they won 2 championships.
That's right.
With Jay Wright. But no, Jay Wright says he's out.
Got another one right.
Mike Malone, Roy, formerly of the Denver Nuggets. Do you like his chances?
Another nay, David.
Another nay for Mike Malone. He's from New York.
It doesn't matter, David. It's a nay.
He just got a champion. Jesus Christ. Fucking the Percocets must have worn off. He must not be getting that Vicodin anymore.
It could be that, or it could be, we do know Roy has a relationship with some people at MSG. Does he have the inside scoop? He's like, no, Dave, that's stupid. I've heard that he's already out.
Yeah, he does.
Jay Wright, he interviewed horribly. He's out.
All right, so no Mike Malone, the former coach of the Denver Nuggets, who is from New York and just won the championship like two or 3 years ago. I thought that would be all right. Some people saying the Knicks looking to get, what about Danny Hurley, 2-time national champion coach for the UConn Huskies. He's a local guy. He's from Jersey City. He's coaching UConn to great success, 2 championships. So he could stay in this area with the New York Knicks. Roy, Danny Hurley.
That's a yay, David.
Roy's saying Danny Hurley. All right, because I was also going to give you Jason Kidd, Dallas Mavericks coach,
Okay.
that while he's under contract, there are reports that the Knicks are interested in Mr. Kidd.
Well, they're gonna have to buy out his contract first, but that's a maybe.
Okay,
that's a good second choice there.
All right. Cavs assistant Johnny Walker. I don't want any assistant coaches.
Blue or black, Dave? Which Johnny?
Good one.
Black.
Even better one.
Very black.
Ooh, that's high quality.
I don't want assistant coaches. No, we're not doing that. No, we're getting the name here. We're getting a former head coach who's had success, or one of these big time college guys who's had major success. We're not doing assistants, so I'm sorry. And then finally, Doc Rivers was a name that I can't believe they're throwing around. He's coaching the Milwaukee Bucks, but I don't see this happening. What about you, Roy?
That's an A, David.
All right, so Roy likes Danny Hurley and Jason Kidd. Well, here's the deal, Roy. You might not be wrong, because the rumor mill is that the Knicks may, in fact, be looking to get Giannis. And for 500 points, Roy, I will give you 500 points right now if you can pronounce Giannis's last name.
Well, could you tell me what his last name is? So
I can't. Is there a way you could look it up on your computer without fucking up your phone?
Yes.
I can't.
Giannis. Hold on. Let's see here.
Yeah, look up Giannis and Bucks, and I want you to pronounce his last name. I can pronounce it perfectly because I'm the sports master, you see? And that's the responsibility that I give. Okay, there's the name, Giannis, and then say that last name, please.
Oh, wow. Oh, my boy. Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay, wait, Antetokounmpo?
Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Oh my God, this is going to be great. I might have to start watching basketball again.
No, you're skipping syllables, I believe.
Well,
Antetokounmpo. Listen to me, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo. Okay, repeat it after me, please. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No. Like me. Look at me.
Yeah.
Antetokounmpo. Say that like that.
Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like that. Say it like that. He's
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Why do you sound Italian?
He's Greek. Better. He's Greek. Okay. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like that. Like say it like that. You know, like he's Greek.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No. You're messing up the name. His name is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's say it like that.
Antetokounmpo.
No. You're messing up the name again. His name is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Say it like that. Come on, say it like that.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like this. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I think your dog is saying it better than I am, David.
All right, that's enough. I'm sorry. The dogs, they don't. Oh, God.
We lost it, David. We lost it, David.
David's a gun.
I'm coming.
David McDonald, where did you go?
Oh, he exited out.
All right, time to stretch.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny he outed you there with your cultural appropriation of Greek people and your inability to pronounce Antetokounmpo.
Wait, is he really Greek, Bobby? Because I'm looking at a picture of him, and he doesn't really look Greek to me. He looks more
by way of
Mediterranean.
Nigeria.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say he looks a bit more Sicilian.
Nothing works. Oh, shit.
Did you perhaps hit...
Still there?
We're still here. Did you perhaps hit the camera button at the bottom there, Dave?
I don't know. Hold on. You guys just fucking talk for a second. I'm going to go out and go back in. Robert, you talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's what we were doing.
That's exactly what we're doing, buddy. Have no fear.
So Giannis is a star player on the same team as Jason Kidd that Jason Kidd coaches for. So what Dave's saying is kind of like the Clippers did where they got a deal for both a coach and some players. It's possible something like that would happen to get him there as well. I like Jason Kidd mainly because he thinks outside the box. Like one time his team was out of timeouts.
Yeah.
So he ordered a drink and then spilled it on purpose to get the timeout. He told his player to hit him, so they had to clean it up on the court. Like, he's a baller like that. You would like him.
Okay, he's a cheater.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. He's a Roy Harter for sure.
Who's a cheater?
I was telling Roy the Jason Kidd story about the knock my drink over so I could get a timeout, and was like, Roy would appreciate that level of creativity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Roy, you'd love that. You'd love him, too. And he got one time when he was on the Nets, he might have gotten a DUI. And not judging.
DUI?
I'm not judging, but what was funny about the story to me was that what was funny about the story, though, the specific story was that the cops got him. Yeah. And he said, "It's my wife's fault. She's such a bitch." He's like, "That's why I'm drinking like this." He's like, "I apologize. I know this is wrong, but she's such a bitch.
Take me into jail."
That made me laugh. It's like, at least the guy's honest. He's like, "Look, I know this was wrong to do, but I just had to get out of the fucking house because of the bitch."
He's also got a very good last name, very easy to pronounce. So he's all right in my book.
Is that a shot at my man, Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Yeah, David.
And if that is how you pronounce it, I worked on that as a sports fan. All right. So I think that the Knicks would be fine with Kidd. I'm okay with him. I actually was intrigued by the Jay Wright scenario. I'm sad that apparently I think he said he's declined it. He wants to stay retired, do the broadcasting thing. I still like Mike Malone, though. The guy's from New York. The guy won a championship a couple of years ago. If you're a proven winner to me, that's a big deal in the NBA, in all of sports. When you're coach, when you have a coach and you have a ring, you say, "I know what it's like to win a championship." Players respect that. I think Mike Malone could do well, but we're going to see. It's interesting. Now, did I tell you that I've made, on behalf of the United States of America, I'm trying to help American-Canadian relations. I know that we're going through a rough patch where we're upset at each other. We're fighting a lot. I've made a Canadian friend by the name of James on Instagram, and he said if I root for the Edmonton Oilers, he was going to root for the Knicks. So I have made this deal with James. I said, fair enough. And I mean it. So now I'm all in the Stanley Cup Finals. And let me tell you something, my friend. This Bennett from the Florida Panthers is a flopper. And hockey, you don't want to go in this direction. Look at the fucking NBA with guys diving all over the place when they're not even touched. You don't want to start flopping. But that Bennett guy flopped, and they illegally gave the Panthers a goal. It was all bullshit. Thankfully, the Edmonton Oilers won in overtime. Game 1, phenomenal. However, Friday night, Game 2, double overtime, Panthers win.
Oh.
Tremendous series. I'm very excited that I'm watching the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm watching every single second. And quite possibly, I might become a hockey fan because I'm not seeing any social messages on the ice, thank God. Some guy is skating, and all of a sudden we have to, be nice to cancer patients, or like all. Yeah. That's the other thing about these messages. They're so obvious. End racism. Yeah. Okay.
Well, in hockey's defense, they kind of had an easier situation. All they had to do was pick one of the 3 good black guys and make him their star commentator. And nobody can say they're racist. They're like, "Oh, look, it's the black guy." I can't tell if Dave froze or was just hurt by what I said.
Just in shock of what you said, perhaps. He went into Minecraft mode again.
Now, here's the other thing, gentlemen. So I want to say a shout out to our Canadian friend, and I will be continuing to support to our Canadian friend James, and I'm going to be watching and supporting the Edmonton Oilers in every game going forward. And I'm hopeful. And Wayne Gretzky, by the way, he's doing the halftime. I'm watching the halftime, and there's Wayne Gretzky And he's, for the first time ever, starting to look like an older person.
Oh.
It was making me a little sad. They should dye his hair blonde. He should always be a blonde guy. He doesn't need to be gray. Right? Look, if you're blessed to have blonde hair, there's never really a reason to go gray. Just fucking dye your hair blonde. He was a blonde guy.
Do blonde guys go gray? Is that a thing, or is that?
This is gray, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Wayne Gretzky. I'm Wayne Gretzky over here. Go Oilers!" And I'm like, "Oh my god, what happened?"
Careful what you wish for, because it starts blonde, then before you know it, it's pink. He has a nose ring, and his whole halftime performance is, "It's time to end racism in the NHL."
What? Wayne Gretzky's gonna do that?
That would be hilarious.
Now, Belmont. That took place yesterday. And the horse Sovereignty that won the Kentucky Derby wins the Belmont. And here's the issue I have. Sovereignty didn't run the Preakness. We could have had a Triple Crown horse. But Sovereignty apparently is the LeBron James of horses and load management. took off the second leg of a Triple Crown. Fucking Jesus Christ, horse racing season. If you have an elite horse, it's 3 races. You're telling me that horse was going to break down if you put him in the Preakness? We all got robbed out of history, my friends. Sovereignty was ready to become a Triple Crown horse. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you win the Kentucky Derby, it should be a rule that you have to race in the Preakness. Rule.
What I think is beautiful about horse racing is that you have the freedom or sovereignty, if you will, to choose to not race in the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I get it. A little sovereignty joke, Roy. That's the name of the horse.
I get it, Dave. Who knows? Maybe he ate some bad oats that morning. Who knows? There's a lot to do with these horses.
I don't give a shit. Then give him some Pepto-Bismol. Do whatever you got to do. Get that fucking horse to run.
Give him amphetamine. It's a horse. He's not going to snitch.
I'll tell you one thing. When I go to the horse track, I always look for an L with a circle around it.
Oh.
You know what that means, Roy?
I thought
the horse is on Lasix, a drug.
Oh, it's a performance-enhancing drug. So they notate it on the horse.
Yes, it is. Yep. So I always look up for the L and to make sure that my horse is all drugged up. I like to go for the Canseco horses, the Jose Canseco, Barry Bonds, roided up horses.
Yeah, good.
That's my thing.
Good policy.
Now, here's a big deal. Aaron Rodgers signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh, who saw that coming?
You saw that?
No, I said who saw that coming? Wasn't me, David.
I mean, it's another time where it's, Aaron Rodgers has literally become Brett Favre. They are the same guy. And he just, he finally made the decision so that he can miss like the first, 3 or 4 weeks of training camp. He doesn't want to do the training camp. He doesn't want to be out there in the hot sun running through the freaking tires and this and that. So he makes his decision late, and then he'll go in halfway through a training camp. I know. It is what it is. As for whether Aaron Rodgers has anything left, maybe a little bit with the arm. He's got nothing with the legs. Nothing. Mobility used to be his thing. Throwing on the run, passes of 35, 40 yards, and just perfectly thrown balls while on the run. He can't run anymore. He's a statue out there. So unless the Pittsburgh Steelers make a calculated effort to get one of the best offensive lines in all of NFL football, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is a sack machine right now. I mean, you can get to Aaron Rodgers 6 or 7 times a game.
Yeah.
So
maybe he should
I'm just letting you know.
Maybe he should put an L next to his name too, David.
Start juicing, baby.
He should be on the Lasix. Holy shit. Now, here's something crazy. Sticking with football. Apparently, if Derrick Henry, the great running back for the Baltimore Ravens, if he rushes for 2,000 yards, and he does have a 2,000-yard season already, but if he rushes for 2,000 yards, Adam Sandler is going to put him in a movie.
For real?
Now, yeah, for real. Now, that's an odd incentive, is it not? It's like, okay.
How much does this man love Adam Sandler movies?
So does Derrick Henry go into business for himself this year and say, fuck my Ravens teammates and screw Lamar Jackson? I gotta get, this is my opportunity to get into Hollywood. Is through this Sandler picture. I'm rushing for the 2,000 yards. Fuck Super Bowls.
Is my way to get into Hollywood.
I have to tell you. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, is my way to get into Hollywood to get into an Adam Sandler film by rushing for 2,000 yards, which I probably could have gotten if I had just picked up the phone and called Adam Sandler and said, hey, I want to be in one of your movies.
We got Minecraft Dave again.
Oh, and Roy left.
Hold on, Rob.
Is this a joke? Are you guys just leaving me on my own? I could see you.
There he is.
Do you see me, buddy?
I can see you. Yeah, you're just on a super lag again, Dave. So why don't you leave? I can see you, Dave. You're on a super lag. So why don't you leave and come back?
All right. Well, listen, we're fighting the internet here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got some big storms head your way, David? What's going on? Or you just forgot to pay your internet bill?
I think it's that one.
Yeah. Maybe.
I like this new bit he does, though, wherever I do a joke and then he pretends to freeze up and the internet goes away and I get no laugh and panic that the joke wasn't good. It's amazing. It's my favorite new bit Dave's doing.
I don't think it's on my end. I think it's Robert's fucking goddamn internet. Remember, he's running this whole production.
I mean, it's weird how Roy and I can keep staying and perfectly clear, but it's all good, buddy. We love you. You were talking about Derrick Henry?
All right, fuck it.
All right, well, back to you and I.
All right, what were we talking about?
Derrick Henry. So basically, the way he got this deal, I'll kind of set it up while Dave comes back, is a Dan Patrick of the Dan Patrick Show initially brought it up. Dave, I was just explaining Dan Patrick of the Dan Patrick Show initially brought it up.
Yeah, it was Dan Patrick who did it, and he basically got Adam Sandler to agree to it. And then next thing you know, it's like, holy shit, he could be in a movie. I think that's pretty awesome. I also think it is a little weird. It brings up like, do you take that seriously? I mean, if you can actually get into the movies, if you can get into Hollywood, I'm thinking I'm going for the 2,000 yards.
Why not, David? I mean, I'm sure he'll make some cash on it. It'll be a nice little experience for him, and he can frame a movie poster on his home theater wall. Why not? He's not going to win any awards for it, that's for sure.
Do you think he's that big of an Adam Sandler fan? And I don't mean that in a negative way. Just do you think that's his guy where he's like, oh my God, I want to be in an Adam Sandler movie?
Is anyone an Adam Sandler fan? Or do they even exist?
Me, big time.
Oh, okay.
That silly turkey song, every Thanksgiving gets me.
Yeah, I mean, he made me anti-Semitic when he released that Hanukkah song. I
that was the point.
I know, right?
I can't listen to it anymore.
All right, look, we're gonna get out of here because I'm fighting the internet today, and I've covered all my stuff anyway, and I'm gonna look into this, but this isn't odd. Now, I guess the one thing that I see on my computer is it says haze. It says haze. I've never seen this before. It's got the sun, but then there's squiggly lines through the sun, and my computer usually says cloudy or sunny. It doesn't just say haze with lines going through the sun. So I'm wondering if we're under some sort of alien attack, and maybe that's what's causing issues with my internet, because even my computer is like warning me in very ominous ways, like, hey, like the sun is about to die. Right? I got the Stanley Mac. Hey, you guys want to say hi to Stanley Mac?
Sure.
Before we leave.
I also have one story I thought would be fun to share as well.
I mean, not really. I really wanted to leave, but okay, go ahead.
Oh.
The point is the fucking internet's not working. Robert's like, let me get one more thing, but and then I'll freeze for the next 19 minutes. But go ahead, real quick, fast.
I was just going to say the Olympics is coming up. They've added lacrosse as an official sport, and the natives are petitioning the IOC to get a Native American team. So it would be Native Americans only from both U.S., Canada, and Mexico. And if that happens, it would be like the fucking Harlem Globetrotters versus my middle school basketball team.
Listen,
Jesus Christ.
I love listen. And well, thank you. And thank you for, and now Stanley is in the corner crying because you literally bumped my own son for that stupid story.
Tell him to learn to be a talent, and then he could bump me.
As you both freeze on my ass as they bump you.
Give your plugs.
As far as you want to do the plugs, all right.
Sure, what do you have coming up, Roy? You're back in the New York groove.
Yeah. I got nothing to plug, but I'll take my time, my plug to plug whatever you've got.
We
going.
have to go. Stanley, say hi real quick to Roy and to say hi.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hi, Stanley.
Hello.
Hey,
All right,
Stanley.
now get the hell out of here. All right, look, Robert, you're really going to have to work on this in post-production. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is there a
me,
yes
I got
or
you,
no?
Dave. Whatever you need, big dog. Oh, yeah, whatever you need, big dog. I
You're
got you.
nodding. I know. On a day where the fucking shit is freezing, why would you nod non-audibly?
I was waiting for you to finish your sentence. I think there's a bit of an internet lag on my end.
I've done the best I can today, and we want you all to subscribe to Eastside Dave TV. Next week, we're going to get the internet fixed. I don't know what happened. This has never happened before, but at the same time, I mean, it's never happened ever, but I've never also gotten the warning the sun might blow up, according to my computer, and haze and squiggly lines, and obviously there's something going on in the air.
Yep.
I don't know what is going on. So I want to thank you. I want to leave now. Okay. Robert Tamburro. Oh my God.
Make sure you check out Modern Men Show on YouTube. It's the new show Dave is doing with Aaron Berg. Make sure you check me out. I'll be with Aaron in the South. We're doing Louisiana the 19th and the 20th, and we're in Mobile, Alabama the 21st. Lots of fun shows coming up. And just to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Hold on, I didn't get my plug in, David. I have a massive plug I wanted to do. Hold on. Listen, here's my big announcement. No, I'm just fucking with you, David. I'm still here. I love you guys.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.